finally free. Run away, I'll attack. Run away, go change yourself. Run away, now I'll attack,
Hello, this is Mendel speaking. I'm bringing you a VOD between Firgli and Technique. Firgli is playing as Green Allies on southwestern part and Technique is playing as Blue Empire on the northeastern part of Fire Island. I'm starting the game now. Firgli has started the game by building his first wall segments and is placing his barracks here. Technique has already placed down his instant generator and is moving a couple of dozos out, maybe to take this oil. And he has built another power plant and is pumping out his refineries. A 2 refinery start because he can't make any more after having made 2 power plants and a couple of dozos. Doug is scouting out and Firgli has followed the Doug with an engineer and is building some PKs. And the Doug is powerless to stop this dozo because the other dozos defending it. And we have a battle between a Doug and Imperial Warrior, and Imperial Warrior will win that. The Doug maybe should have scouted this base. It would have been a good idea. Now Technique has placed his Mega Bay and is moving his MCV. A Vindicator here has bombed an engineer, which is nice. And some PKs here shooting at the ground for some reason. These PKs are going to own these Imperial Warriors unless Technique can build enough of them. Apparently Firgli has sold his barracks. It's kind of problematic having the early map control on this map because you need to make enough infantry, but on the other hand you can't protect them, you can't place them in any garrisonable structures. If you don't make enough of them, you'll find yourself bombing these Imperial Warriors with Vindicators, which is not optimal use for Vindicators. But if you don't do that, then these guys are serious threats to your airfield, especially if it's not walled. It's a good idea to wall your airbase because really you only need like 20 or so Imperial Warriors to totally own an airbase if you get them that far. Well, so you need to make enough PKs to control the map, but if you make too many of them, then tsunami will come and squish them. So it's kind of a problem for allies on this map. And this Vindicator is following up the tsunami. It doesn't want to drop those bombs too early because the tsunami can always go to that secondary mode and not take too much damage from those Vindicator bombs, but eventually you have to kill it. So here another Vindicator is coming to scout the field. Technique has sold his MCV and placed a power plant just before that. This engineer is going to die. Yes. But now you only have 2 bombs on that Vindicator. What will you do with them? Your 1 bomb too few to kill that power plant, but oh yeah, I guess it's going down eventually. So a Striker VX is coming to defend, and these Vindicators obviously are going to recharge their bombs. Apollo is scouting the field and is being shot by these VXs, but barely survives. So I think Firgli is now interested in where are all those power plants. It's a really good idea after you have seen that the Empire guy has sold his MCV to get rid of those power plants as soon as possible. Now 1 power plant down. Can he find the other one? Yes, he has found the other one. But Tengu is shooting at these Vindicators, and these Vindicators bombing the refinery for some reason. Waste of bombs, I would say. This refinery is not going to go down without cryoblast or something like that. I would have used those bombs towards maybe not killing the power plant, but making it a bit weaker at least. You really want to kill the Empire power plants to make the Empire guy go out of power when he has no MCV, because that's the most effective way of just limiting the amount of things he can build and do in his factories. Right now Technique has sold his barracks because he lost that one power plant and he's just barely having enough power. Now if you can destroy his power plants, I'm not sure if it matters anymore, because Technique has already built a considerable fighting force here, and Apollo is going down here, and a Cryocopter is going down, and all these Vindicators are dying. This doesn't look very good for firgli. These tsunamis are now squishing all the infantry that firgli had, and these tank busters are a serious threat towards that turret, so these ducks would really have to come here, but they can't. And Technique is killing this refinery. This is very intense, people. These VXs are protecting against any air threats. And there's one tsunami left and some tank busters, one Imperial Warrior, and this armor facility just might go down. This turret is not enough to defend because there are tank busters all around, and two tsunamis now, two VXs, they are really killing this mecha armor facility. Yes, this Vindicator is not enough to defend. firgli now has to send his MCV to try and squish these tsunamis. I don't think he's going to succeed. Oh, actually he is squishing one tsunami. Is he squishing more? Oh no, this doesn't look very good. Remember earlier on firgli lost his Apollo. I don't think he rebuilt that one, so VXs are safe to fly around. And now no armor facility and no MCV with firgli, so he gives up. And that was it. Units wise, firgli made some early infantry, but maybe not enough. And Technique, I think right around here is where he sold his MCV, and this is where you get the huge amount of units that he got. Built all those tank busters and tsunamis and VXs. And here is where firgli was owned. Structures wise, firgli made all those power plants and turrets here, but that wasn't enough. The armor facility was too late. He couldn't build any tanks. Only one cryocopter, I think, wasn't enough to defend against all those tsunamis. Resources wise, pretty even, but Technique actually had a slight advantage because he got some money from selling that MCB. And here's where you can see that Technique actually collected a little bit more ore, but what's more important is that 2,500 he got from selling that MCV. And efficiency ratio a bit better for Technique, unit kill death ratio a bit better for Technique. So that was the game. See you guys next time.